The US's next engagement Tuesday night in Connecticut, taking on a pretty hot Peru side at the moment. Herc, they just got the better of Chile by 3-0. The US coming off that defeat to Colombia. As we look ahead to it, what's the mood going to be like in the camp?
Well, I expect the mood to be completely different. They'll put that game behind them because the majority of these players that we saw versus Colombia won't be playing, or starting at least, versus Peru. I expect a completely different lineup because there is no permanent head coach at this moment. It's an interim head coach, Dyer, so he's going to want to give these players a chance to showcase themselves. So that means if Michael Bradley, we saw him start, Will Trapp was out, I fully expect Will Trapp to start. The likes of Josh Sargent, Carter Vickers, Marky Delgado, who came on as a sub, Fafa Pico, these type of players will get their chance to shine in what should be a very, very different environment. Listen, Colombia is a very good team, line per line. They outclassed what was the U.S. men's national team over 90 minutes. The U.S. men's national team had their run of form where they did very well containing at times this Colombian team, but the quality was evident. Versus Peru, it should be very different. I know Peru had a very good game against Chile. That was in Miami, where they're almost a home team. They sold out Hard Rock Stadium. This should be very different, so give a chance to some of these kids for us to see and showcase themselves, literally for themselves, and if the next coach is watching, for that coach.
It's another opportunity, isn't it, in a different environment, more game time under their belts for the young players especially. But outside looking in, it looks like an uncertain picture for the US team. Inside, do you think that the coach has had a word with the players, at least to point them in the right direction as to what they should be showing him with regards to the new coach coming in, if he's in the light or the dark?
With all due respect to Dyer, and how would he know that? He doesn't know who the new next U.S. men's national coach will be, so how would he know what he's looking for? Will Trapp is a player who Dave Sarakin's been very big on. Maybe the next coach isn't as big as Will Trapp, so he's looking for something else. Maybe he's looking for Tyler Adams to play that sixth role, that defensive midfielder spot. So if you don't know who the new coach is and you don't know what he's looking for, how can you really showcase or better yourself? So right now, it almost seems like this Lord of the Flies mentality where these kids by themselves just kind of making up their own rules on the field. With all due respect to Dave, there's you can see the team structure is evident. When Michael Bradley was in there, for all his faults, he's still a very capable leader, very capable veteran. And we saw previous games where the midfield shape wasn't there. This last game, it was individual performances that did the U.S. men's national team in, but as a whole, when they defended, the team shape, the structure was there. You get that when you know what you're looking for. Michael Bradley knew what he was looking for. The next U.S. men's national team coach will know what he's looking for, so you're going to see more of a defined role and element when it comes to the U.S. men's national team going forward.
Are you as panicked as some others in the media at the fact that the announcement hasn't come yet and won't be coming till the...
No, panicked isn't the correct word, I would say, for at least in my personal sense. I would say is just a little bit angry. It's too much time. It's too much time. It's a year out. This is time that these kids, valuable time, could have been working on something with somebody. A coach who is seasoned, a coach who knows what he's looking for, a coach who makes their roles very defined. So that's a year of work under this coach for the U.S. men's national team. That is very valuable. Not everybody gets that chance. We always talk about these generational shifts. Mexico's going through it. Chile is going to go through it. Colombia is going to go through it. All these teams are going to go through it. But you look at the Mexico, the Chiles, the Colombias of the world. You look at Colombia's squad. It's a team that's maybe getting a little long in the tooth, but they're bringing it slowly but surely. Whereas we expect here with the U.S. men's national team is, no, we expect them all to be young kids and play already. That's not the way it works. So if you have a coach who knows what he's looking for, these veteran players who he thinks he can count on would already be in place. These kids would already be learning from these veterans. They'd be in a much more structured environment, and that's not the case right now.
Okay, so it's another international friendly without an overall plan in place, but perhaps, as Herc mentions, another opportunity for the young players to stake their claim and to grow against a decent team in Peru. Keep it here at ESPN FC.